talking about the planning. So we need to have asset management also includes the management of the risk connected with the usership. Proper assessment of the assets can help to identify the risk involved and come up with a solution to avoid them. It can be a risk management. When we have asset management system, we need to evaluate the risk also. If we have a proper asset management, we can optimize our operations, including planning, resources use, and any implementation of a management program. How to improve the asset available, the value. It removes, the dead inventory. I mean, the ghost asset. The term is ghost asset. There are times when the items have been lost or stolen, but they are still in the inventory records. Those are known as ghost assets. More often than not, ghost assets were items that have been inaccurately recorded. So if we have a proper asset management system, we can remove these ghost assets in our inventory. With the use of asset management system, incident of the thefts are lowered. Proper accounting of the asset recovery process will ensure that company maximize the returns with no items lost during the process. So there could be accountability, there could be accounting, there could be a effective assurance of the asset available. What are the just understand what are the benefits? The benefits are real-time asset tracking. When we can have a sufficient, effective tracking system. The data, the soft data as our asset can be on a cloud base, achieve complete accuracy, identify ghost assets, operate with more efficiency, forecast spending and budgets can be done if we have a sufficient, or if we have a correct and effective asset management system. We can have a forecast of what exactly the amount or what exactly we need to spend for maintaining of the asset. We can identify the trends in our business. We can eliminate the spreadsheets. These all are going to be the benefits. These are principles which is to be used in the asset management system. We need not to go in a very minor, but we need to look on a holistic view for ensuring the asset management system. We need to think what are the big risks, or what are the assets which can give a big risk. It can be a system. This is a systematic approach, optimal, sustainable. It can give you a sustainable practice. As a principle, it is talking about we need to have a sustainable activities. It can be integrated as the management system now is having a high level structure. As we are aware that ISO committees are developing the standard with a high level structure, means total 10 clauses. Clause 1 will talk about the scope, clause 2 will talk about the normative reference, clause 3 will talk about the terms and definitions, and clause 4 to 10 are the workable clauses. So the same kind of the structure is available for this asset management system also. And it is talking about organizational structure also. So we need to understand in asset management system what is our organization and how the organization is structured to maintain the asset. And the people whoever are involved in the asset management system, they shall be aware and empowered staff, and they shall have adequate information. So this is how we need to understand the principle of asset management system. Who can go? Any organization, every organization, whoever wants to improve the realization of the value for their organization from their asset base, they can go to have this asset management system. Every organization who is involved in establishing, implementing, maintenance, and improvement of an asset management system, they can go with this ISO 55001. Any organization or every organization, whoever is involved in the planning, designing, implementation, and review of the asset management activity, along with the service provider, they can adopt this asset management system. As I told you, the workable clauses are clause 4, clause 5, clause 6, clause 7. They all are having a plan planned phase of this management system. I mean, whoever is going to have this management system, they need to understand whatever what are the context and what are the issues through which we need, what are the issues which can be regulatory issues, which can be your deterioration of the asset issue. There could be internal and external issues. So organization needs to determine what are exactly the issues are available, which can create impact on the performance of this asset management system. And I mean the performance giving approach of this management system. And we need to understand the needs and expectation of all stakeholders, whoever who is asking or who needs this asset management system, so that we can identify the practice for those needs and expectation of stakeholders. And whenever we are going to have asset management system, we need to determine the boundaries. It can be a function, it can be a overall organization, or it can be a group of functions. We need to determine the same. And then we need to identify the processes, whatever is going to be used in this asset management system. We need to determine the interfaces between those processes. We need to provide the resources for those processes. We need to determine the criteria how to operate those processes. So this is what we need to think. We need to plan the activity for the asset management system. Not any management system can give the value or the result whatever is been expected by the management system, until and unless there shall not be a leadership concept. If the organization is having an appropriate and you know uh, result oriented leaders, the management system cannot give the value. So in this management system, again, the leadership and commitment is been there. As a top management of the organization, uh, each top management ensures needs to ensure the commitment towards this asset management system. They need to provide the resources. They need to develop and establish the policies, which is talking about the how to retain the asset, how to ensure the commitments towards asset management system. And as a top management, the leader needs to fix the roles, responsibility, and authorities so that asset management system can give its performance, can give the effectiveness of the processes, can give result of the processes which is been identified for the asset management system. And the next clause is talking about the we need to address risk and opportunity for the asset management system based on the needs and expectation of stakeholders, based on the issues of the asset management system. And then we need to determine what exactly we need from this asset management system. We need to determine the objectives, which can be measurable objective in terms of the values, and we need to fix the actions to achieve those asset management objectives. We need to determine the resources. We need to provide those resources which is required for establishing, implementing, maintaining, and improving our asset management system. We need to determine the competencies of the people, whoever is working in the asset management system. To meet those competencies, we need to have appropriate actions so that asset management system can ensure their effectiveness. We need to ensure the minimum awareness with respect to the policies, with respect to the objectives, with respect to what can be deterioration in the asset if the standard practices which has been identified in the asset management system is not being met. We need to know the implications. That all is the expectation of awareness. And we need to have a internal communication as well as external communications if required. We need to have a systematic approach for external communication as we do in other management system. And internal communication has to be done for the effectiveness of asset management system. And we need to understand information requirement, what exactly the information has been required for this asset management system. We need to determine, establish, maintain, and implement those information requirements whenever there is a requirement for the information relevant to the asset management system. And then this is talking about documented information. As we know now, each management system has removed the word called, earlier we used to know document as well as record, two different words. But now the management system is talking about one word, and that is documented information. As being a management system, as I told you, a management system is nothing but systematic documented approach. When we say the documented approach, it means there shall be some documents. So we need to have management of those documents, those documented information. So this management system is again talking about how to create a document, how to control the documented information. So as other management system is talking about. Then this is actual do. The clause 8 is do. If we talk about the plan, do, check approach, plan, do, check, act approach. So 8th clause is in do. So it is talking about operational planning and control. We need to determine for any kind of the asset coming in the organization, whenever there is a new asset is coming, we need to have a system of managing the new asset which is coming in our organization under the asset management system. We need to fix the practices how this asset shall be managed so that we cannot have a incorrect deteriorated values, or maybe what we say that amortization values. And the next is talking about the management of the change. Whenever there is a change in our asset, it has to be managed in a systematic approach so that change shall be communicated to all concerned and the value can be evaluated accordingly. And if any activity which has been outsourced in the asset management system, we need to have a systematic approach how the outsourcing body has been selected, what kind of the controls they are having, how we are going to control that outsourced body, that we need to determine and we need to ensure in the operational control. Then whatever the activity which has been implemented by us in do phase, we need to check. We need to establish a mechanism for monitoring, measurement, and analysis, evaluation of the data which is coming from asset management activity. We need to have internal audits for all of the activities which has been decided, which has been established in this asset management uh, system. Whatever the processes which has been established in asset management system, we need to have an internal audit for the same, and we need to check the effectiveness and efficiency of that management system. We need to do the management review. Being a management system, it has to be reviewed by the management how this management system is suitable and effective for the organization. That needs to be ensured to the management also. And whenever we are going to do the check, there can be two situations. One would be in conformity, so we need to retarget and improve, and one would be non-conformity. I mean, there could be a situation that whatever the activity which has been decided, which has been established in the asset management system, that is not performing as requested or as targeted. So that can be a non-conformity. When there is a non-conformity, we need to have a correction action. We need to have a corrective action to prevent reoccurrence of the situation. And we need to think based on the risk. We need to establish some actions on the potential causes of the potential failures, so that it can be a preventive action, so that the failure can be prevented from coming future. So nowadays we are all are looking to have a vaccination as the preventive action. The same way in asset management system, we need to look what kind of the preventive actions can be to prevent the asset. It can be covering of the asset, it can be oiling of the asset, it can be greasing of the asset, can be. And then based on the result, we need to retarget and improve our asset management system. So this is all about the plan do check it, and hope I could able to clarify you all with respect to the asset management system. Right, sir? Any question from the team or someone else?
Yeah, Raji, thank you very much. And we have shortage of time actually. What we
Okay.
are doing is we will put a link for the participants who have attended, and all the participants will get the participation certificate once they participated in this link. Okay,
Okay.
so the our secretary will take care of the upcoming event activities, and the question and answer session will be taken care at the end of the session. It will be around 8:30 Kuwait time.
Okay.
So if you are available, you can be online, or we can ask you to give share your information at later stage. Thank
No
you very
issue.
much. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you very
you.
much.
Thank you.
This is a token of appreciation for felicitation to our speaker, Mr. Rajkumar. Please accept our small token of appreciation, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
The quiz winner we will announce at the end of program around 8:30. Those who will be giving answer fastest
Uh,
within schedule time.
no. Sardarji, sorry for this. Actually, we made some changes. We are not going to announce any quiz winner this time because of the shortage of
Okay, no
time.
problem. Okay, no problem.
Okay, we are just
So
put.
those who are participating, this you are posting quiz or something.
Yes. I have shared the link.
Okay, so
Those who
certificate
will
will be
participate
issued
in
for
this link.
participation of this, and the link will be shared to you, and we will send that all email by 8:30 when we finish it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, email will be at later stage because some are giving wrong information. When they ask, when the column is for the name, they are giving something else. So we will scrutinize this one
No problem
and
there.
issue the
Okay.
certificate.
So I
Thank you
will
very much.
invite our Vice President, Mr. Majuruddin Sheikh, if he is around us. Meanwhile, if there is any question from audience so far, we'll take few question, one, two, or something, depending on the time.
Yeah, uh, let me open the chat.
Ronaji, please give permission
Because
to
of
unmute.
time constraint, we will be taking 2-3 question maximum. because we are having another program scheduled by 8. So Ramana, please open the question if you are having.
Yeah, no, there is no post. Actually, the chat was mute. Now I have enabled the chat, as well as participants can unmute themselves and speak even. Okay, those who are interested, they can open your mic and talk also.
Yeah, Gary Fraser here. Are there any assets in Kuwait that are fully, they've got ISO 55001?
Yeah, there are companies.
In Kuwait, yeah? Which ones? It'd be interesting to know.
In Kuwait, I'm not sure, but in India there are. Not in Kuwait. I'm not sure about in Kuwait.
Oh, it's nice to know. I just, maybe I can be the first one to get into this, yeah?
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah,
Good,
yeah, we
good.
can be the leaders, yeah?
Yeah. You can contact to ASSC or to me. I can be your support to have this kind of the management system.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, I'll get in contact with Mr. Misra, yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mr. Raj, there was a question about ghost asset. Can you please elaborate a little bit?
Ghost assets are those assets which is they have been sold or they have been damaged. They don't have a values, but they are still in the inventory record with the same, whatever the original value of the asset. Those will be known as ghost. I mean, if a machine which is having a value of maybe $20,000 at the beginning, and that machine is been damaged, but still in the inventory record, we say that the value of the machine is $20,000 over 10 years, or maybe over 5 years, or maybe over 20 years after. That is what the meaning of the ghost asset.
Thank you, Mr. Raj. Ramana, any question now, or this is the last question I'll be taking up, and then I will refer to our Vice President for vote of thanks for the first event, and then we'll move to the event
Yes,
two.
yes, we'll move to next.
Okay. So I will invite our Vice President, Mr. Majruddin Sheikh, for vote of thanks for the first session, and then we'll proceed for another one.
Thank you, Mr. Safdar. Thank you so much. It was really very interesting subject we have chosen today, because nowadays this non-renewable energy sources we are not going to do much development in those, or we are not going to invest so much for doing something new in that. So asset management is a very important thing nowadays in the industries. So for profitability and for making good output with the asset which are available in hand. So I'm very thankful, sir. It was a really nice and wonderful presentation by you. I'm sure, I know the time is very short to give the good idea about this, but whatever you have given,